What's up, everybody? Who is there? Can you hear me and can you see me? Hey, Electro House. Could you give me feedback how the quality is? I'll wait a few seconds until we start. You can send your music to DJ Miliano Music on SoundCloud. Okay, you can hear me. I'm not too loud. I will write the link in the chat right now. A little bit of white noise. So I should sidechain the white noise maybe and it would sound better. Sorry, that's my microphone. So the white noise I can't reduce probably. Okay, how many viewers are we? 15 right now, 16? So, just send your music. I already got the first demo by The French. And 2 tracks. But I would be really thankful if you could send only 1 track. This would be great. So everybody can get his demo checked. Ravi Maharyan. How can I send songs? Please send your music on SoundCloud. You type in DJ Miliano or soundcloud.com/DJ Miliano Music. And there's already the next demo by Yellow Deer. Okay, so let's start. That looks good. A nice track, private, and 1 track. The perfect example. This is how you should send your music. I hope I can keep the chat here. Or maybe let's make some tricks. Like this. That's cool, alright? And I can still check your comments. This tip to mix vocals. So param to mix vocals, that's a really hard topic. Once I've watched the tutorial by our nice Jonas Aiden, this really helped me out. Vocals you really got to compress. At first you use a compressor, or not at first, you should EQ them, but keep it natural. Use a multiband compressor because vocals are, yes, they are natural, they are not balloons like a perfect sample that you have every time the vocals playing the same volume. You even can, if you're not really into how to use a compressor, you can use a volume automation clip and do it by yourself and boost the low sounds. And yes, you can play with delay, reverb. You can use pre-delay on your reverb to have a core effect. And yes, you can use a vocoder. There are so many ways. Okay, so if you have any question about production, I try to help you. I am probably not experienced like Son, who did the last feedback session, but I try my best. I'm producing for 8 years now. Had some releases, 4 tracks are coming soon, and I hope I can help you out. So let's start with the first demo. So send your tracks to DJ Miliano Music. Is it here? Okay, Yellow Deer. Please give me VST plugin. Which VST plugin should I give you? I can give you the sound goodizer. This will brush up every production. Do you hear me when I'm talking while listening to sound? Does it work? Just let me know when anything is too loud. Yep, okay. I think it's better now. Sorry, the music looked really loud. Oh, this is not the chat, here is the chat. Here is the chat, okay. Sorry, I was really redlining. But yes, that's also a good example. If you mix bad, then it sounds like I did it. So, at first I want to reply to the guy who wanted Massive plugin. I know where you can get Massive plugin. You go to nativeinstruments.com and you can get the Massive. Massive is still a good plugin, even though everybody's using Serum or Asylum. So, Yellow Deer, are you here in the chat? I couldn't concentrate on music that much, but that's a really nice progressive house track. This time I even have headphones, so I can judge about the mix a little bit better. Shout out to Musica. And yes, I think the track is ready to release. There were no bad frequencies, but what I have also to say about progressive house, it's really, really hard to make an outstanding progressive house track nowadays. Progressive house is coming back a little bit, but even the tracks by Alesso and Nicky Romero, who released it last time, the new tracks, they are not that outstanding. The melodies, they are like they have made 1,000 times before, but yes, the mix is good and there's still a group who will like this track. I will play in the drop a little bit more with the fills, just cut some low frequencies and make an own fill. In the fills you can be really creative to keep your drop interesting. That's a good opportunity. And there is more space to... Yes, I notice you real life. Guys, chill. How many viewers are we right now? Maybe I don't want to know it. I don't want to know it. Okay, my friends. Oh, that's crazy. So... Oh, sorry, I'm not professional in streaming. What is this? Okay, let's move on to the next demo. So send your demos to soundcloud.com/DJ Miliano Music. It's in the description of the video stream. soundcloud.com/ I'll write it here, DJ Miliano Music. Okay. So any question until now? So I think it's the best for us all if I just go on with the demos. The French. He was the first one. I started with Yellow Deer. I'll always check one track. Okay, so please send one track. And as a tip for you, send an unreleased and track where you're working on so I can give you feedback. If it's released, I can give you a compliment and you're happy, but this won't make the track better. So if you want, type in the comments or in the chat where you're from. That's always interesting, what I'm wondering. I see many Indian guys here, I think, and some guys from Europe. Okay, Survivors by Dinnick and Hartwell. How to EQ Kunba Akul Putani. I will come back to you. But there is not only one answer. I'm from Germany. Sorry, Electro House, I got to keep this in English, just for everybody. and I think that you know some English as well, and when a German person speaks English, you always understand him. So the French, I don't know if you're watching right now. At first I would hire up someone to make a cover art, because the cover art let me expect that the track is also not as professional as the cover art. Just ask someone, you can even ask me, you can go to 5hour.com, search someone, a freelancer who does it for some euros. That's just important nowadays, that your music already looks good and is outstanding, because there are so many tracks. And you will get more clicks, believe me. So the track is nice, but the break is a little bit to silent in contrast to the drop. And I would change the vocal chop a little bit. It's always the same bar, and maybe you can cut some other stuff or some other vocals to give a variation. But the drop synth and so on are really good mix and EQ'd. That's hard in hard trap. That's why it calls. Maybe that's why it's called hard trap. And yeah, but otherwise I just can give props to this track. And yes, we'll move on to the next track. At first I will answer the question by Kunva Akul Bhutani, probably from India. Would you recommend to EQ around the kick drum? I personally do not really EQ my kick drum. I always boost some high frequencies to have a better click sound, to have an attack in EDM. But you also can use a top kick with no low frequencies to have this click effect, that the kick is punching through even better through your mix. And generally in EQing, just EQ always the low frequencies, which you should cut. Even if you don't see in the graphic scale of your equalizer a low frequency, cut them, because there are invisible frequency which you can't hear and can't see, but they will make your mix really muddy. And yes, always rule run number one, guys, remember this, is let your ear decide. If it sounds good, it is good. If you're not sure, just make sure what sounds, make it without EQ, with EQ, and compare it, make it 10 times, make it in the morning, in the evening, and yes. And if you still don't know, then ask friends for feedback, or send me a promo, send the FLP family. What else? Okay, my producer friends. Oh, there are many. Oh, I hope we will get through everything, but I also want to spend some time on it and not like 10 seconds. Okay, we got Hi. Hi, are you here? What kind of name is this, bro? I don't have updates of the remix contest because I'm a guest here, but the cool owner of the FOP family will give you feedback. So Musica, send your music to soundcloud.com/DJ Miliano. Okay guys, let's check out the next track. Electro House. Perfect, you understand me. So, hi. As I can hear, you're not producing for that long, I would say, but that's no problem. Ah, okay, Electro House, my German friend, du bist das. So, yes, the idea is already good. You have found melody. What's always positive, you worked in key, because if you're not working in key, it sounds horrible, and so there's a potential to have a nice track, but the mixing is, of course, not really advanced. In the drop are so many high frequencies, no low, no mid frequencies. Add layers to your lead, mix the bassline, make the bassline completely mono, boost the lows, add some mid elements to this like a pad or a vocal, a sidechain vocal I always recommend, or some crowd noises, and yes, mix everything. Look that you're not clipping, that you're not too loud, and change the break a little bit because you have the same melody and the drop, and not really much is changing. Filter the melody, put a low cut or a high cut to it, some uplifters to make the build-up interesting, and play with the frequencies. You don't have to use so many plugins or too complicated stuff, just keep it simple but makes it really clean, and even a simple track can sound good. That's also what I say on the last Instagram stream I did a few days ago. So guys, to get a little bit more bigger and to grab the family, it would be really cool if you could share the stream if you want. Just post it on Facebook or invite some producer friends that they don't miss the stream. Probably they are happy sitting in the quarantine right now, get bored watching TV and don't get further in producing. So if you want, we would be really happy if you share the stream. So any new comments? You track tinker. Yes guys, I'll get every track. No worries, SoundCloud will send me the track and the server of SoundCloud will work as well. And of course, we go each by each. So we gone. Oh guys, I don't know if I can review them all. And as I always, I try to answer anyway to every demo you send me. I did it last time, everybody got a reply, not in the stream, but afterwards I gave them feedback by writing a message. Okay? So please don't be sad if I don't accomplish it in the stream. JCTR. Feedback? Yes. Okay, so I assume that the track is not mastered yet, because it's not that loud and you see it's not like a fat sausage waveform. Otherwise you really have to improve your master or to let it another person master, it's no problem nowadays. And yes, otherwise the track is really nice track, it's solid track, not that exciting, it's not that much going on. I think the break, just add more files, some sounds, some Kashmir bird sounds or something, just some interesting elements, ear candy, you know, that's the word. and some FX. The snaps are a little bit too loud, I think. But the drop is a good part, and yes, I think it can be a nice track. Just some little tweaks. EQing can be a little bit better, but yes, that's always possible also on my tracks. But yes, make an extended version of it, of course, for the DJs. I always recommend that. Not a radio version. Yeah, always produce 2 versions. I have Instagram, it's DJ Miliano Music, and the FLP family is FLP family. You'll find it. Okay, so we move on to the next demo. I have to be a little bit faster, sorry guys. But I still try to review it really accurately. Accurate. It sounds nice, but I hope the track sounds nice as well. I've been dripping in gold. I so right. Bad mistake, staying up through the night. Pray to God it turns out right. Used to be low, now I'm feeling bold. Used to be low, just so you know. I've been. So, yes, a nice melody, a really good structure, but I think I'm not really okay with the lead synth. It's a little bit loud and a little bit harsh. Cut some high frequencies and check some like annoying frequencies to your ear. Just boost every frequency and check which one is really loud and then reduce them. I could also show it in FL, but we don't have that much time. And yes, check the lead synth. It needs to be mixed better, but the vocals really sweet into the mix, with what is really hard to mix. Except you have already really good mixed vocals, like good processed samples. So QWERTY, I see you in the chat, but please be patient like everybody, and I will go one by one, and I have no reason to check your demo at first. We are all equal. That's how I learned it from my parents. Does reverb and distortion go hand in hand? I don't know how you mean it, like a couple or something. Sometimes you can distort your reverb a little bit, but in really hard genres like hardstyle or for vocals. But yes, the effect is not that sweet. Okay, melodics. Yes, I hope I can help you a little bit. If you don't understand everything, you can write a message. It may take some time, but I always reply everyone, because when I send music, I also want to get a reply. Be nice to QWERTY, he's just a bit excited. I also want to tell you, when Mac J listened almost to my track, by then his internet broke down and he couldn't listen to my track. He played 1 second from my track. Just remember this, how I felt. Okay, DJ Popular Nation. We got just a drop and a break. Hi, Fat Boy. Could you change your name? That's really cringe. The Fat Boy. Fat Boy in quarantine. Yes, I'm excited too. Shemek. I've been producing for 8 years now. Yes, that's your track obviously. I hope you can listen while I'm playing music. I try to mix the microphone and the desktop audio. 3N is also here. What a legend. What's up, 3N? I'm not mean, I'm just joking with my boy, Fat Boy. Okay, guys. Yeah, that's one of the best promos. I almost said demos, but it's a promo we got so far. It's not finished, but you're in a really good way. Just, yes, you already see the waveform. Improve your break, make it a bit louder, make a bit better transition in the build up to the drop. Sure, the break needs to have a lower volume instead of the drop, but that's too heavy. So you will chill, and then apparently the drop kicks in and you get crazy. So make the transition a bit smoother. And yes, the drop is already nice mixed. It's unique, really nice vocal work you did there. So I think it can be nice. But keep it on and be really patient. Ask for feedback. You're welcome. So we move on. I need to be faster. Okay. Oh guys, it's... So I got some time left, but I think it will be hard to check every demo. By the way, I don't like Ed Sheeran, except some tracks. It's okay, but let's see if he can convince me with his cover. Not a bootleg, a cover. Chanuk, do you mean my volume, my microphone? Or what? Or the desktop? Maybe like this? Okay, Dirty Platypus. That sounds a bit weird. The kick is in front and the track is in the background. So you really got to check what you do with stereo shaping and so on. So the track should be in the middle, and on the sides the kick should be always mono. And yes, work on the volume. And there happens also not that much. You just go in with the kick. There's a really loud FX upriser, way too loud. That's always what me happened earlier. I always got my risers and FX too loud. Just always remember the high frequencies are always louder as you think or as it seems to be. Okay, so I can't give so much advice now because yes, you need to work on it. I made my voice louder and I hope it's better now. If not, let me know in the comments. The chat is a bit delayed, so it may take a few seconds until I get it. Okay, yes, Dirty, just work on your sounds and your mix. And I'm not sure what you want to achieve with the cover, so in which direction of music you want to go. Okay, we got next Lit Thompson. Lit Thompson, are you here? Write a message in the chat. ID, the first ID.
I'ma show you how to party. I'ma show you how to party.
I already like it.
I'ma show you how to party. I'ma show you how to party. Party. how to. I'ma show you how to party, party, party.
Party.
Okay, I'm still too silent, you guys say. Okay, mic check, mic check. I also can talk louder. Maybe that's a solution. So, Lee Thompson, we have another number one from Germany, my boy. Oh, proud of you. So, for today, until now, the best track. The vocals are really cool. This is working in 2020, really good. Reminds me of the motherfucker track by Blasterjaxx. The vocals, yes, are really powerful and makes the people want to dance and groove. The drop is dope too, but just don't go too silent in the build-up. You know, so of course you have to reduce the volume or the impact. Oh, fat boy, you're even a German one. And yes, just try to keep it up. And as a tip, in the second variation of the drop, I would add some chants like hey, hey, and just some more effects like a siren, an alarm effect like Joe Wright did or something. And yes, it will keep up the energy, but yes, this is already a cool track, and yes, watch out to sign it and make an extended version. That's what I say to everybody. If you want to get support, make an extended version. Okay guys, so we have now something new for you. Everybody who shares the track in their Instagram stories, not the track, this live stream, if you share it, you get, or you have the chance to get a giveaway by FLP Family. I think it's Brooks template in FLP with samples, presets, and so on. So share the live stream in your Instagram story and you have the chance to get a giveaway. This information I got right now, and I would share it in my story and have a chance to win if I would stream it right now. But let's move on to Aaron. Hi dear. Look, that's a nice message. That's how I want to receive your promos.
Simple as can be, I got your hands in mine. And you don't have to listen carefully. I'll tell you 1,000 times. I won't ever untie. You'll never know you need to know. No.
So that's also a nice progressive house track, and what makes it special is the break synth. So I like this one. Vocals are always really recommended and make the track special and a bit unique. Yes, as Komel Kovac say in the chat, the lead is a little bit loud. So reduce the lead, EQ it, and yes, just check it, how it sounds in the mix. And when the lead is punching through and you hear it, it's okay. It don't has to be loud to be outstanding because it's the main sound. And also, the lead sounds a little bit detuned. So if you made it with silent, check which preset, or if you made the sound by yourself, if it's detuned and how is the pitch, or check it with a plugin called Gtune and check if it's, yes, exactly the notes which you are expecting, or if it's like some pitches higher or lower. Okay, we move on to the next one. Oh, Tinker, I see you, but so many guys are waiting. Okay, so once again, share the live stream into your Instagram story and you have the chance to get a giveaway, an exclusive package by FLP Family. We will contact you. Thank you everyone for the feedbacks. Perfect, guys. Yes, and of course you're welcome to give feedback in the chat as well, because nothing is better when many people listen to it. So, you're from Russia, I hope you can understand me. Привет. I also speak some Russian, but we got to keep it in English. So, yes, the structure is okay, and the idea you have in the melody as well, but the mixing is the big point. Look, now you get 400 listeners on the track. The mixing is, yes, the elements are a bit crashing with each other. EQing is a really big point. EQ every sound, even every upriser, every FX. Reduce the low frequencies. There's much going on and it's just not clean. That's the big point. Would sound so much better, except, so, I mean, especially also the melody is sounding harsh in the high frequencies and the mix is not that well filled. It's all about mixing and EQing. Start with the simple things, not like compressing or what else, stereo imaging. If you EQ it really well and don't boost too much, just boost always a little bit or reduce it. It sounds much cleaner. It's the only advice I can give you. Okay, let's move on. So it gets more and more. So real life, there are you. That's an example how you not do it. Do you think when you send a track to Reveal, they will notice you because you talk like that? But I think that's clear. Thank you. You're my hero too. So that's one of the top 3 we got today. Really good structure, and yes, this guy had some ideas. I like the ARP. You see, you just work with an ARP and it sounds really great, and that's the main element. And other guys just like Avicii or some EDM intros have the arpeggio in the background, but that's how you put an ARP as your main synth. I would add some wobblers, some dubstep elements in the lows, to have the contrast, and I could imagine that's really, really nice. I don't know if you can follow my mind right now. And yes, it's really hard to mix because you have many elements. EQing could be better. There are some strange frequencies in the highs, and the lows could be a little bit boosted better, but you can also do that in the mastering. And I don't know if you have worked with the OTT compressor, because this will increase your sound. But I can't give you that much feedback because it's a really solid production. So Dan, you can send your track to soundcloud.com/djmilianomusic, but to be honest, when you send your demo now, you will probably not get it reviewed in the stream, because I also have a little bit of live during the Corona crisis and I can't stream for 4 hours. Cornelius Smith. That looks nice. Look, that's simple and nice. And special. You need to be special nowadays.
You've been on a mission to take my pride away. Don't trust your hearing. Go ahead and wander. Aggravating, calculating. Concentrating. Suffocating, devastating.
So Cornelius, that's also a nice production, good sound, the typical Brook sound of course, so it's at first of course not outstanding or really special, but that's no problem. My tracks sounds also really similar to other tracks, and if it's still good, that's no problem, if people can celebrate and dance to it. So in these section I would add a sub bass, just a smooth sub bass or a pad to also get the mid frequencies alive in this part, and the drop synth is maybe a little bit loud or a bit too harsh in the high frequencies, but yes, that's not a problem. Okay, JGNC says the vocals. Okay, I didn't hear that. Oh, yes. JGen, thank you for this advice. Yes, maybe I skipped this part. The vocal is off key. That's a really big problem. Check the key of your vocal. And yes, if it's off key, you almost need a new vocal, or you use like a pitcher or autotune, but this will affect a little bit the quality and is not nice. So yes, good luck with this. Okay. So guys, we think about to get some calls in the next live stream. We want to talk with you, and you can share your thoughts, you can tell something, we can talk about music and do some calls. So just let me know what you think about that, And yes, write comments if you would like to get called or something. And yes, this would be interesting and maybe also a benefit for you. Okay. Okay. Alan Walker. Guys, I think I already listened to that track. No. That's the first message, so.
Things are right with a goal. So as long as you're with me, you're not alone, you'll never be. I wanna tell you what I feel and really mean it. I wanna shout it from the rooftops to the sky. 'Cause if you ever need a friend, you know I'll be it. From tonight until we see the end of time, I'll cross my heart and hope to die with. Always and forever, I'll be by your side. When days are dark and stars don't align, with always and forever, the end of time. Oh, don't know, you'll never be from the root until we see the end of time. Oh, crap. Wanna tell you about it from the rooftops to the sky. 'Cause if you
So your plugs or your synths get pushed away by the vocal in this section. So make sure the vocal is maybe in the middle or on the side, and the synths find their place too in your mix. But they're fighting with each other, so they are too silent in this section, and the vocals, they push everything away like Corona at this time. So this is what I remarked. Quetti, the website is showing a black screen. I don't know what you're talking about right now. I would love to help you. Okay. And the vocal shots. I think that's just not the right vocal shot. Maybe cut another sound and sidechain it well. Put some attack on it, because yes, this sounds not that good. But yes, else it's everything cool. Not the best mix, but that's always an issue. And I try to get to the next demo. So guys, for your information, I don't know how much tracks I will achieve, but I will continue stream for about 15 minutes. And then I think we have about 1 hour. Does everything does everyone know, or someone knows, for how long I'm streaming right now? I have no idea, but I think in 15 minutes we have the hour. How to make a drop less muddier? Bro, it's just about mixing, EQing, and yes, not to clip in the mix. It's a really big question. I could talk and show things in FL for an hour. Okay. Who is the next? Matt Millen. Almost like my sound, but I'm Miliano with 2 I. 15 minutes. Okay, thank you. The time went so quickly. If you talk so much like Trump. Thank you guys for your answers. Yes, I tried to review it really exactly, but also not to waste time. I have to balance that. So, a really special track. The drop surprised me. The drop is a bit unique, and yes, I'm happy about the drop. Sounds really cool. The build-up is way too long, man. You don't have a break, you just have a build-up which is really long. So yes, change it a bit or make the build-up just really, really special and add elements and add elements. And maybe you guys notice it. Here is the big mistake. This vocal. What does it there? It makes no sense, bro. Such a good production, and the vocal, like your kid worked on the track when you were sleeping. So the vocal is out of key and is too loud, and just don't put this vocal into it. Please do this favor for us. But Matt, I like your track, you have many followers, and you can share this track soon to them. So did anybody answer what's your opinion about calling some guys of you in the next live stream who will be really soon, maybe also with me, if you're friendly with me? Would you be interested if we call you and if we talk with you in the live stream, that I don't have to talk so much by myself in my not native language? Hey JJen, I'm happy that I get you right now because you were so active in the chat and now we can listen to your track. Oops.
I see all my pieces, my broken pieces. I'm riding all the way to a different life. On my way, I drift away, 'cause I'm hungry for a taste of another land, another land. The end of a broken heart. Take a chance at it and you find your part. Look ahead and you see that they're calling out to you. Obliterate all the fear and you're halfway there. This is my brother. Another man. Life begins at the end of a broken heart. Take a chance at it and you find your part. Look ahead and you see that they're calling out to you. Obliterate all the take up the end of to it. Life begins at
Yeah, bro. I was kinda waiting for the drop, but the drop, you won't come in. I opened the window and I said drop, come in, but there is no drop. So yes, it seems like a really big intro or a drop or a commercial radio track, but I would add like a hook or a section, an instrumental section for 16 bars, where the girl is not singing, and put some synths into it, just make a break. And yes, so for me it's a bit too boring. So you could even add some elements and I don't know, some drums, more FX, just to keep it interesting. When I would listen to Spotify, I would skip it maybe after a few seconds, and yes, that's what's important nowadays. But brother, it's a question of taste, and that's just my opinion. So that's not the feedback about mixing or if a track is good or not. But maybe you guys can comment. What do you think? Maybe I'm the only one with that opinion, so that's always important. Okay, bros, we have 10 minutes left, so don't be surprised. Oh, guys, that's incredible. This is how you might feel when you're A&R at Spinnin' Records. Okay, so one important thing now, we have the first winner of the giveaway, and the winner is Aaron Tunes Only. Aaron, I already got your track. You are the winner. If you're still here, you shared the track in your Instagram story, and you will get a message, and you will get the Brooks template, the Brooks FLP of Prayer. How's the track called? Something with prayer, you know. I don't listen too much to Brooks. But Aaron Tunes Only on Instagram is the first winner. Always this clock. Guys, you don't have a watch on your arm. There are often so many clocks and clock effects like Garrix. Okay, but let's go on. Okay, KLL or click, I don't know how to call you. So as I can hear, you are probably a beginner in music, and yes, at first I'm really happy that you're in the EDM world and you make music and try to bring out some productions, but I can hear it, and what I mean with this is you work in this section, you're out of key, you have your melody and the arpeggio in the background, but that's not a key, so check music theory, train your ear, which track is in key, use a scale if you work in FL Studio, use ghost notes to add a scale, a harmonic minor scale or what you're working in, and check that you keep the key in your track. That's the most important thing. And then you can also focus on mixing, because the mixing is also not that well. EQ some stuff and use more reverb, but not too hard. EQ the reverb, use an EQ after the reverb too, because there are new frequencies. Also, if you use distortion and saturation, you got to EQ it another time. And the drop is surprising well, but I think because it's a sample, to be honest. But yes, sidechain it, the drums are on another planet in this moment. So yes, there is a lot of stuff to improve, but yes, nobody will drop after a few months producing a banger. So it's the most important that you're always nice to guys, even it sounds not that well as the other sounds. So I really appreciate that you guys want me to go on with the stream, but I also have a life and I'm a little bit hungry and I have to answer some emails and to do some stuff. So just be patient. I will answer to you anyway. I will write you feedback, okay? Even though you're not in the stream, but I have to go. We have 5 minutes. Okay. This is the Earth, where we all right now. We are not in the stream, we are also on the Earth. It's groovy. Okay, so yes, the style is really recommended in 2020 and I like this style, but I'm not really okay with the melody. it sounds a bit like Christmas bells in this section. I would change the melody, just my taste. And yes, the same is also for the drop, but the drop synth is really dope, the flute. I like it. Try maybe to add some fills. Yes, try to add some fills and some special stuff and percussions and some ear candy. Just ear candy is so important to just improve it, and the track loses never energy and never gets boring. I have a track coming out soon on Alveda Records in such a style, and I try to add so many elements. So if you're interested, just follow my profile and I will drop 4 tracks in the next 2 months. And sometimes I just drop one track in a year. But the stream is not about me, it's about you. So we go to Freight Reich. Let's check if the track is beautiful too. He says it's beautiful. Frenzy, please be also respectful and patient as we all together. We are all excited to check our track, but as you maybe noticed, I go one by one, and when it's your turn, it's your turn. Okay, I also do not have an idea to select a certain genre of this production. It sounds a bit old because of the synths, like from an old synthesizer from the 80s. But yes, this part is really long and gets boring. You just play this melody on the piano, and then comes a drop. The build-up is so empty, you just have the snare. So put FX into it, cut some frequencies, work with automation clips. And yes, the synth is not my taste because it sounds really oldish, but yes, if you like it, you probably achieved the sound you want. And yes, but yes, the main thing is this part. It's really long, and add elements, and yes, make your drums interesting, and just add stuff. It's empty. It's, in my opinion, not a finished project. Also, if you got 4,000 clicks and 4 followers, that's okay. So Tinker, I've seen you waited so long. So finally you here. Yes, for all beginners out there, that's also how I started, as you will see on my YouTube channel. By the way, if you want also to get some new remakes, please check me out on YouTube, youtube.com/djmilianomusic, and just remake tracks, and you will see how the big producers work, what they tried, and you will learn so much. You have a perfect reference track because you're copying a track and just make remakes, and it's also fun to remake your favorite tracks. A really good advice. Thanks for saying that, Rico Percuma. Yes, that's a nice start, but yes, work on it because the result should be like 5 minutes long in this genre. And yes, work on it, use your workflow. That's a really good start, but the drums are a bit too loud. Maybe you didn't mix it yet, but the drums are too loud, and EQ them too. And maybe add some layers to your synths like pads and some mid to low frequencies. And yes, finish it, send it maybe to Nora and Purify Radio, Pure Records. And yes, there are many labels, you just have to find them. but there are also maybe labels in this section. For example, Feel Hype is also a good label where I release a track soon. So I also like this style. Even though you think I'm just into the big EDM mainstage sounds. Oh, QWERTY, it's you. So I'm I'm really happy that you finally got reviewed your track, because you've been so excited. Like I'm excited when it's Christmas and I get my gifts. Okay, for information I will do this track and this track, and then we're finished for today. Okay? Last two tracks by Johan and Martin. And we have the next winner. I can announce the next winner of the sample pack. So the first winner was Aaron, and maybe I need to search it here. So Milan, you're the next winner. I choose randomly because you've been nice in the chat and you sent a really good promo and a private link and you wrote something. So I write you winner. Contact us on Instagram. Just that you guys won't forget it. So we go on. Yes, guys. So just be patient. We all have time right now. There will be lots of live stream. Just activate this bell on YouTube that you get every message, because there is just not every video in your box on YouTube, okay? And you get your demo reviewed. When you're there and you send your demo, just you need to be first, you need to activate the bell, and in the next days I will check out the rest as well, okay? And I give you feedback. I just write it, it's not in stream, but the result is the same. So don't need to be worried. So the last two tracks of today. Tribal. I like tribal sounds. I hope it's cool. Please don't disappoint me. Oh, sorry. So, Johan Mendes, at first, I love this one. That's exactly what I like. Really a big roomy sound, but modern with tribal, with vocals, just powerful. A bit reminds me of Steven Vegas. If I would improve something, it's the break, because in the break maybe there could be more creativity, so add some synths, get more into EDM style, add chords, add a melody, because you keep on playing with this vocal and the vocal's in a drop, so there comes nothing more. So I would add a nice break. That's also a thing where labels would say that it's really cool, but the break, it's not that powerful and makes a difference. You also could change your profile pic with a logo or something that looks not professional. So as I said, it's really professional how you seem to be. Even you're a really bad producer, you can look really important. Yes, with a cool profile and followers and socials and cool graphics. But yes, a really dope track. Send it to me if you want when it's finished. And maybe work on the mastering, because the drop is really loud and the break not that loud. The difference is maybe too big. And no, that's okay. Okay, and as we see, the chat likes it too. So we have the same taste of music. The last demo for today. I repeat, that's the last track I will review. Please still be friendly to me. I also got to go to toilet, and I have enough toilet paper, so now you really got to understand me. So there is again this clock sound. Guys, do you notice that? Why you all using clocks? I know time is an important topic, but yes, the Martin Garrix clock from Animals, I use it also in one of my tracks, but it doesn't have to be in every track. That's the first thing. The second thing is, in the drop I can't hear a kick, I just hear the drums. It sounds like a band, like rock or something, so if it's like progressive style, reduce the other sounds, reduce the vocal, the volume, and sidechain the drums, even the drums and the synths, and cut the low frequencies and just get your kick punching through. A nice progressive kick with high frequencies, even a top kick to that maybe. And yes, mix it well, EQ it. The vocal is way too loud. And yes, could be also EQ'd when the guy sings loud. The section. Okay. So, guys, that was the last track. Thank you all. A really big thank you all for joining. I still don't know how many guys watched. Sometimes that's better. Maybe you're a crowd of 1 million right now and I don't know that. As you see, I have no possibility to check this. But yes, just join the next session. Stay tuned on Instagram, FLP Family, on YouTube, FLP Family. Activate the notifications and you won't miss a stream and you will be the first and you will send me a message. And again, I will check in the next days all the messages, about maybe 20, and will give you feedback. Okay? And if you want to show some love, that I take the time to give you feedback, you also can check out my sounds on SoundCloud and leave a comment if you like it or what else you know how to support. Also check me out on youtube.com/DJMiliano Music. Right now I have an offer that I'm doing DJ drops and jingles, so if you're a DJ and you want your own DJ name with a cool voice like Hardwell on Air or something, I made this for €5 now, but just check out my YouTube, write me a message if you're interested. I don't want to make so much advertisement. And okay, 30 people, that's cool, thank you. And yes, I got to close the stream now, stay tuned. Let's keep the contact. You can message me, you can message FLP Family. I have Instagram too, @DJ And yes, that's also not during the stream, that's also always. Yes, so if you finish a track, there's no live stream, you can send the track as sure as well. Okay, so stay healthy and safe, everybody. Don't go out, keep producing music, get get inspired, listen to music, check out the live streams, and yes, just now I got to check how to end a live stream. Okay guys, bye bye and see you next time.